Hi y'all, this is So Blessed. Welcome to the Blessed Place. How y'all doing? I am just getting back from lunch with my girlfriends. If you follow me on Twitter, you already know, or perhaps you already know that my girlfriends called this morning and asked me if I wanted to meet them for lunch. So I met them at 11 a.m. and we went to Red Lobster. So I had a good time with my girlfriends, but they had other obligations to get back to. So our lunch date was only about an hour and a half. Normally, we can sit for 3 and 4 hours on a lunch date, but they had other things to do, so I came on back home. But I had a confession. This video is all about confession that I want to make to you guys. I don't know why I feel so close and obligated to you guys, and that just seems so weird and crazy because of all 2,500 and something of you. I've never met 99.999% of you, and but you know, when things happen, I think about y'all. When I have a confession, to tell on myself, I think about y'all. I'm like, oh, I got to tell my people this. I got to tell the people in the Blessed Place about this. And I think the main thing is because I share so much with you guys that I don't want to just always share with you what looks good and what sounds good. But I also like to share with you the real, the good, the bad, the ugly, the awesome, and the blessings, you know. So that's why I come to y'all when I think about something that I've done or that I shouldn't have done, or, you know, I think about y'all. I'm like, oh, I got to tell on my own self. I got to tell the people. But I'm on my way back home from Red Lobster, and my husband calls, and he says, baby, that meat that you took out, the ribs and stuff, I'm going to cook it. Me and my friends, we're going to cook it for us for dinner. And I immediately felt offended because I took this meat out for me to cook, not for him and his friends to cook. And I immediately felt offended because I felt like he was saying he didn't want my cooking, because, mind you, I cooked ribs probably about 5 or so nights ago, and they were a little tough. I burnt them a little bit. Those of you who are part of the Blessed Place, y'all know I'm not a cook. Y'all know I'm just learning. Y'all know I barely ever cook. But since I retired about a year ago, I've been trying to cook more often. So I'm learning. I don't know about temperatures and how long to cook stuff. I don't know about seasonings. It's like I'm learning all of that stuff. I mean, I'm much better than what I was. I ain't where I used to be, but I sure ain't where I want to be. But I cooked the ribs, and at one point they were so good. I mean, I tasted some. I let my husband taste some, Derek taste some, and we were raving about how good they were. But then I think I cooked them about 30 more minutes after that. And so they were a little tough, I will admit. But we ate them. They were good. We ate them. But I think he was afraid that I was going to, I don't know, destroy our ribs. So he took it upon himself to decide that he and his friends would cook them. Like I said, I felt immediately offended, but this is the confession. Not so much that I felt offended, but how I handled it. I came out with, well, we don't have any money for a cookout, and he was like, well, baby, well, what's wrong? He said, well, you don't want me to cook them? So you don't want me to cook them, then that's okay. We don't have to cook them. I was like, no, it's not that. It's just that we don't have no money for no cookout. And he's like, baby, all I have to purchase are coals, $3 and something for some coals. And I was like, oh, well, whatever you want to do, you could do it. I mean, if that's what you want to do, you could go ahead and cook it. And he was like, you sure? I was like, yeah, do whatever you want to do. And so, you know, we hung up. I don't know if he even planned on cooking, because my husband probably be like, no, I heard some attitude. Let me leave her ribs alone. I don't know what he's planning on doing. Or he might be like, she can get mad all she wants. She ain't finna mess up these ribs. I don't know which one he's gonna do. But I just thought about, you know, and then after we hung up the phone, I was like talking to myself. So Deidre, what are you really upset about? You know, sometimes it's good to do some introspection. I'm a very introspective person. And I was sitting there like, well, Deidre, okay, what are you? Number one, you just came from Red Lobster, where your food was $13. Your husband doesn't say anything about the money you spend on food, the money you spend on shoes, the money you spend on doing whatever you want to do. And you here talking about we ain't got no money for cookout. And I was like, Deidre, what is really going on? Get to the core of the real problem. What are you upset or pissed or frustrated about? Is it the $3 that he's gonna spend on a cookout? And I just thought, well, number one, my husband, he don't just spend $3. He whatever he does, he has to multiply it. He has to do it big. So it can start out just, a few ribs, and before you know it, he done went to the meat house. He done went and got some other stuff. You got to have the potatoes and the onions and the peppers and this and that. And a $3 cookout can turn, a $3 throwing some meat on the grill will turn to a whole cookout of half the neighborhood, half the church, everybody coming over. So that was one of the things. But really, the really core of it was I was hurt. Because what you trying to say about my ribs? Just because I messed up the other ribs? What you trying to say? I gotta practice. So that was really my problem. And then I just had to laugh at myself, really when I went to the core of what was really wrong. And I was like, you know what? It's not about my husband and the $3 coals. It was all about me feeling my feelings. It was all about my feelings being hurt. Because my husband want to cook the meat, and because he's scared, I'm going to mess it up. So that's what that was about. I just had to come and share that with you all. But on to a different topic. Y'all, if it was left up to one of my subscribers, I wouldn't even be on camera right now. Because my gray is showing, this particular subscriber. I'm not taunting you or anything. Because like I said, I always appreciate and value you guys' comments, remarks, opinions. And like I said, but there's so much that go on behind the scenes in email and all that I don't even share with you guys. But number one, because like I said, it's not my nature to try to make anybody feel bad or to say vengeful things or anything like that. This is not in my nature. But I have one particular subscriber. Hey, you know who you are, that said, hey, so blessed, I love you, I love your videos, but let's face it, you are now a public figure, and you are representing your husband and your church, so stop coming on camera with gray hair, no earrings, your night clothes on, no makeup. Well, y'all know I sent a nice little email back, don't you? Yeah. And in essence, I said I don't wear makeup, and I'm not going to start just because I'm now a public figure. And true enough, the gray, it pops in. But I would never make a video if I didn't make a video with the gray, because no matter how much I color it, it comes back within 2 to 3 weeks. And earrings, I'll try to wear earrings, but if I don't, earrings do not make the woman, at least not this woman. So, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not taunting you or tearing you down or anything about your opinion, because I found it quite amusing. It was funny, it was sweet, and it was really amusing to me, because I'm like, moi, public figure. Anyways, but yeah, like I say, a lot goes on in email behind the scenes that y'all don't even know about. And that's what I appreciate, that things can go on behind the scenes, and I'm not the type of person that I'm going to come blast anybody or come tell you all. I might tell you certain things, but I'm never going to tell you who said what. But anyways, yeah. Makeup is cool. I love makeup. I love seeing other women in makeup. All those, jewelry, accessories, all those things. But for so blessed, honey, I'm all that without all of that stuff. Oh, let me stop. I don't want y'all to get conceit mixed up with me just having fun. All right, y'all. Love y'all. That was my confession. Basically, as I said, all of this, the moral of this video is be honest about your feelings, especially in a marriage. Be honest. Don't argue about something else. Don't make the argument about something else when it's truly about a different thing. Really acknowledge and address what the situation really is about. And so as soon as my husband comes back, because as soon as I was coming home, he was leaving out. We just kissed and he said, "Babe, I got a few errands to run," and so we just quick exchange. But when he comes back, I'm going to share this with him, that he probably went to the store to get them coals, now that I think about it. But when he comes back, I'm going to share that with him. Baby, I'm going to apologize for my little attitude and tell him that I just felt hurt that, you trying to bogart my ribs just because you think I don't know what I'm doing. And as a matter of fact, let me close out with this, you guys. This probably what added to my hurt feelings a little bit, even though this was hilarious. My husband and I, we laying in bed, we just watching TV. And he's just, just rubbing on my legs saying, "Baby, oh, you know how much I love you," and this and this and that. And he was like, "Baby, and don't believe nothing your mama said. Don't believe nothing your mama say that I said about your cooking." I was like, "What? What you said about my cooking?" Y'all, my husband is hilarious. Yeah, and that was after I cooked the ribs, so yeah, that's why my feelings were a little hurt. All right, y'all, I love y'all. Y'all be blessed. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Y'all be blessed. Love y'all.